Alright, hey guys, this video is super fuzzy and grainy and probably a bit blurry, and I don't care. I've not had any problems with YouTube, that I've noticed, sort of. I've had, maybe there are some issues with how YouTube is spreading my content and getting other people to see it. Whoops, I need this thing over here. So maybe there's issues with that, but I don't know because I'm so small. The numbers, I know watching numbers doesn't really help. I don't notice a dip in views because I have so few views. And even with the airborne death content matches, I haven't had really, slight issue that we don't get that system telling us when someone else has copied our YouTube video or pieces of it, or content in any way, what big corporations do. That's a slight issue, not a huge one. And then, and even with the ones that the content matches that I got, I'm not super worried because mostly I was more annoyed with other corporations, not YouTube. But here's what happened today while I was on my way to work, because earlier I unboxed my brand new camera. If you didn't see that video, well, too bad. New Sony HX99 right here. I unboxed it. Kind of look slight comparison to the HX90V over here. And I also unboxed a whole bunch of goodies. Like, it came with a tripod, very similar to one I already have. There's like an SD card, a little case, some screen protectors, just a whole huge load of goodies, right? And if you didn't see it, I wouldn't say you missed a huge amount. Like, it was just my usual unboxing style live. I know it's a bit long, I know it can be a little bit boring, there's not a lot of editing done on it, it's just meant to be quick and dirty because this isn't a main unboxing channel. It's not mainly what I do on here. So I'm walking to work and I get an email from YouTube. Hi, Cool Shows 101. As you may know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow and don't allow on YouTube. Your video, unboxing my new camera, was flagged for review. Upon review, we determined that it violates our guidelines. We've removed it from YouTube and assigned a community guidelines strike or temporary penalty to your account. Video content restrictions. It is not okay to post large amounts of untargeted, unwanted, or repetitive content to YouTube. So I get there maybe was some repetitiveness in what I was doing, especially once I got into the settings and it was just me setting up the camera. That was very slightly, possibly repetitive. Like 1 to 10, 10 being repetitive, 1 not being repetitive. I would say that comes in at a 3 maybe, so pretty low. But here's the... If that's repetitive, then how come, boom, headshot for 10 hours isn't repetitive? You tell me. Now, I'm not going to flag. My mom said, you should go flag those videos then. Flag Nyan Cat. No, those are super popular videos. I am not about to flag those videos. Not just because they're popular, but because I don't go around flagging videos. I don't have time for that. That is not my thing. I would flag a video if it contained porn or something under that nature, so that it would then be marked as this video has to be viewed if you're only over 18. I would do that, okay, but I'm not going to flag those other videos. They're not worth flagging. Plus, also, if I did flag it and people found out, not that they would, but if they did, then I'd have millions of people hating me. It wouldn't work. So anyways, so there was that. If the main purpose of your content is to drive people off of YouTube and onto another site, it will likely violate our spam policies, which that's not the case. I wasn't directing anybody to Twitch or anything like that whatsoever, which they have actually kind of sort of allowed you to stream on both places. They've kind of let down their policy just a little bit, because like Linus Tech Tips does stream on both places. But yes, and I wasn't doing that at all. And I did mention eBay in the stream a little bit, because my friend Alex, Shadow Bro is his channel, he was looking at like getting a camera and whatnot, and so I mentioned, hey, you should get one like my old one if you don't want to spend as much to get my new one. There's going for like $250 on eBay where he was looking at one for $130 or so, $130. So, but that, they're not even competition or target for YouTube whatsoever. So that shouldn't count. This would specifically be like, hey guys, I'm gonna be on this other website doing video content. You should check me out there. Which, sad part though, is I realize if that's in their terms and stuff, then if I did ever move for some strange reason, then that video wouldn't be allowed and it'd probably get flagged, and then a lot of people wouldn't know where I've gone. I don't know. But, but I haven't done that at all. I haven't driven them to any other site. And I know that talking about eBay is fine, because there are lots of other videos that do it. And if you're driving them to your site about text posts and other stuff, or like your main hub, like I could, I've seen other places where like, hey, I've got a website made with Wix or whatever, and go check it out. For like blog types, if you can direct people to blogs and things. Or like even sales sites, a lot of people have Amazon affiliate links where you can go buy stuff from Amazon. So there's one thing there. So if your purpose is to drive people off YouTube and onto another site, it will likely violate our spam policies, okay? I don't know how driving people to another site is spam, unless maybe you're just like, hey, go to this website and click this link now. It could be maybe, but that doesn't seem very spammy to me. I don't know, because I mean, they do have like, if someone ever posts, hey, check out my YouTube channel, or hey, check out this website, in the comments, that does seem as spam. I guess it can be that way because a lot of people might just keep sharing that over and over again. Usually I allow those though if the content's not inappropriate. Because it'll say, hey, this might be spam, do you want to allow it? And I'll be like, yeah, I'll allow it. So, in addition, misleading descriptions, tags, titles, or thumbnails designed to increase views are not allowed. Which there's plenty of clickbait on YouTube, and I think some clickbait is okay. Like, I watched a video where it said, squishing a grenade with a hydraulic press. And it was just a plastic lighter type grenade, like a cigarette type lighter that looked like a grenade. That was a thing. That was a little bit misleading, but not like super misleading because he did technically crush a grenade, not a real grenade, you know. So some stuff like that I think is okay because the video was still out there. And, you know, even millions of channels do clickbaity type stuff. So, you know, why don't you strike them for it? Because, yeah, so misleading descriptions, tags, titles, or thumbnails designed to increase views are not allowed. It wasn't misleading at all. I mean, I didn't specify in the video title or non-existent description that I would be unboxing all this other camera stuff too. It kind of slipped my mind at the time, and I just had, you know, and I just had unboxing my new camera, and then I remembered, oh, right, there's a lot of other goodies in my camera to look at too quickly. So I did that too, and then I set up my camera settings. So, tags should only be placed in the appropriate tag section and not the description, which I didn't have a description. I never do for live streaming. I've only recently realized that there is on your phone a little setting, click on this, and then you can add a description. There was no description, and if it would let me put tags, and I wanted to put tags, I would put them in the tag section, not in the video description. I didn't put it there. Or the title. So the impacts of a strike. This is the first strike applied to your account. We understand that users seldom intend to violate our policies. That's why strikes don't last forever. This strike will expire in 3 months. However, it is important to remember that additional strikes could prevent you from posting content to YouTube or even lead to your account being terminated. Which, if your account is terminated, I believe it's not the end. Cody's Lab has gotten at least 2 strikes at one point, and he was able to repeal them. It took a while. He says, if you do get the 3rd strike, you can repeal it, and then hope that they review it and say, oh, yeah, and put your content back. It's not instantly deleted. There is a chance to get it back. But here's the thing for me. I cannot live stream for maximum 3 months because of this strike. And there's a video by EEV blog, I'll try and have it in the description below, where he talks about this on his channel. And allowing them to not live stream is stupid because, one, says some people rely on super chats to make a living off of YouTube, which that doesn't help. I don't think YouTube wants to completely prevent you from creating content and going forwards with your first strike ever. Because we don't intend to make that violate policies. They said it themselves. So that's a problem right there. Another funny thing he mentions is Super Chat is still enabled, but live streaming isn't. Which, if you're not familiar, when you live stream on YouTube, if you're eligible, you can do Super Chat, which means that people can pay you money as they leave comments on your live stream video. So he was allowed to still do Super Chat, but he couldn't live stream, which is where Super Chat happens. So, yes. So, yeah. And so I can't live stream for maximum of 3 months. Here's another thing. How you can respond. If you believe this was a mistake, we'd like to hear from you. Please follow both of these steps, as simply deleting the video won't resolve the strike on your account. You've already done it, YouTube, so how could I delete it? The next time you sign in, you will be asked to acknowledge this strike on your account, which I did go to the desktop version of YouTube on my phone in my Firefox web browser. It didn't show me anything, so maybe it has to be on a computer. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Also, I looked online to see how to acknowledge a strike, and I didn't find anything on that. I was even specifically searching for mobile, because some people run their channel on their phone only, so how am I going to acknowledge it if you don't have a way for me to do it easily in the app? Because, I mean, let me tell you, the desktop version of YouTube on a phone is pretty tricky with some of those tiny little buttons. But some people have to. I've heard people mention that you can access the stuff on the desktop version on your phone, which I have done once or twice for searching through my history, which is now a feature. So then finally, if you'd like to appeal this strike, please submit this form. Our team will thoroughly review your appeal and will contact you again very soon. Sincerely, the YouTube team. Which it doesn't say right now. I'll update you guys if they say how long it takes to... Or, 1 second. How long does it take for YouTube to review a content guideline appeal? One second, let me do that. How long does it take for YouTube to review a content strike appeal? There's a video I could watch about that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, I'm going to pause and come back. Alright, I love that pause feature on my phone. Anyways, I watched one YouTuber guy doing a video on this N tutorial. He is like from Middle Eastern or something. He had that, or Indian, sorry, like from India. He had that very specific accent that you have when you speak like you're from India. I'm just referencing it. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. But in his case, it's probably different for everyone. But in his case, it took him 16.6 hours to get a response. So hopefully mine is that fast. But either way, I think this is completely stupid. And part of it's a computer doing the work, which on YouTube's end, I do not blame you for having a computer doing this massive job of stuff like that. And but I think a slight issue here, it seems like there could be, because he said someone has malicious intent. So if someone did have malicious intent in his case, or in my case, someone did have malicious intent and they didn't like me, or they didn't like me unboxing my camera, and they wanted to make it harder for me, so they flagged my video. We got two options here. Either they flagged my video for a reason that's not appropriate, but they picked the closest thing possible, and then either the person, physical, real human, who viewed the video, there's actually three options here actually. So either the person who viewed the video, the real YouTube worker, viewed the video and also had malicious intent and said, yeah, that's gonna be a violation, and marked it, which probably not likely, and if they did have malicious intent of that sort and they wanted me to be gone as well, because maybe it was even a YouTube worker who flagged it for some reason, then they shouldn't be working at YouTube anymore. They should be gone, okay? Go away, you know. They should be fired, that's what I should say. So, yeah, if they agreed with the person because malicious intent, because they didn't like my video, they thought it was stupid, so one option. Another option is that someone flagged it for malicious intent, they hate me. The person at YouTube, the real person, viewed the video, and they also thought, and they agreed, not malicious intent, but they're like, oh yeah, this does violate guidelines. At which case, explain to me better how it violates guidelines, but personally, I think they looked at it and didn't view it quite right or something, or maybe they only watched the first little bit of my hour and a half, or however long video, and said, oh, this violates guidelines, because he, oh, I just discovered something about my tripod. I'll have to show later. So maybe they said, oh, he, violated guidelines, and distracted. They watched my video, and they didn't see the camera part. They only saw the part of me unboxing all of the other camera goodies, and they flagged it as such, because misleading title, unboxing new camera, when I didn't unbox the camera, which I did, so you didn't watch the whole video. So in that case, they thought it was a correct strike when it wasn't. So bad judgment on the person. They should go through some corrective sort of a thing, say, this wasn't bad, here's why, do better next time, bud. Or maybe be fired, so there's that option. But is that very likely? Well, someone working for YouTube, it's not very likely that they'd have malicious intent. They've signed all these contracts. I would hope that if they did, YouTube would get them out of there as fast as possible. In addition to that, it's also, I don't think, very likely that someone actually at YouTube actually said this violates the guidelines, Again, if it did, explain more about why. So it's not likely that. The third most likely option is someone had malicious intent, and then YouTube's computer looked at it and said, oh yeah, I agree with that. Or, even more stupid and likely, is that they flagged it, and the flag instantly has it happen, which in some cases this could be good. I could see it being good if, say, porn or inappropriate video of the likes was uploaded, and so then the video, someone flagged it, and then it meant that you had to be logged in to YouTube with an account that says you're like 18 or over to watch. I can see in that situation having it automatically mark the video as having to be signed in would be good, and then having go through appeal process could be good, because it's better to have it get flagged and marked as such immediately rather than having it open to the public, waiting for an actual YouTube person to view it and then say, yeah, this should be only 18 allowed to watch kind of a thing. Have to be 18 or over to watch. In that case, yes. In other cases, I don't think it's a great idea for the computer to immediately mark the video. So if it's the computer, I will respect that the computer just went ahead and said it's marked for the sake of not having wrong content exposed out there for a longer period. Because they've probably got millions of videos being flagged, even hundreds of thousands of millions is bigger, sorry. They've probably got millions of videos being flagged all the time, so the computer doing it, great. But if it's the computer that looked at it and said, oh, this violates our guidelines, they actually reviewed the video with computer algorithms, you need to get your algorithm fixed. And you need to get it fixed now. So essentially, you won't be seeing live stream from me for a maximum 3 months. Hopefully, minimum of 16.6 hours or so. Yeah. And then also, I agree with EEV blog. Remove something else, like their ability to upload thumbnails or something. It's the first strike, okay? And it's not a serious strike. It shouldn't remove one of a big source of uploading content to YouTube and hurt my ability to go forward and create stuff. this is very much so discouraging people to upload and create content. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like if you agree with me. You know, get subscribed down below. Check out my other content. It's not all rant stuff. Ooh, also, I should say, for EEV blog, he was going to move his lab and live stream that, but he couldn't, even on his main channel, because it plays for all channels. So I wonder, I do have a second channel that I don't use, because YouTube just made one for me underneath my name, Caleb Rogers. But I wonder if they somehow have linked it to my other YouTube account, which I made years ago, I Hate Cultures 101, that I, don't use ever at all. It's now been turned into a family account for family to use for certain stuff. I don't know. Probably not. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in whatever's next.